Hi, Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet here with another bookkeeping tip connected with Xero today. Yesterday I helped a customer to link their Square point of sales device into Xero, and I just learnt a couple of things that you needed to watch out for. The actual linking was really easy. We just went down to the left hand side where the app marketplace was, went and found Square, and the client then logged in, and you had to approve Square to talk to Xero and Xero to talk to Square, and then the system took you straight to the settings in Square for you to customise settings. This was quite a similar case. It was one where they've just got vatable sales. They don't want to put Square as a payment option on their invoices, but they just, anything that they take in their store, they want to feed through into Xero. And what it does is it creates an invoice in Xero for each day. It marks it as paid to the Square balance bank account, which the system creates for you, so you don't have to create it. It also puts in an entry into the Square balance account for the charges for that day, and then it creates a bank transfer from the Square balance account to your main bank account, which you need to tell it as part of the settings to allow for the money that comes from Square into your business. When I looked at it afterwards as well, it seems to automatically reconcile the charges and the invoice payments, but you have to go through and double check and mark as reconciled in the Square account all of the bank transfers. Now, we were syncing about a month's worth. They started using Square in December, and we were syncing it yesterday at the beginning of January. And something didn't look quite right in the Square account, because by rights, when each day is done, dusted and sorted, the Square account balance should be zero, because you've had some money in over the counter, which it puts in as invoice payments. You've paid the charges, and then the balance of the money gets paid to you. So the Square account should always get back to zero, and it wasn't for this client. It was showing at about 300 quid. So what do you do if this happens? You basically have to just go through all of those imported transactions from Square and look for the rogues. Now, there was, just on the second day of trading of using the system, there was one invoice that had been brought through from Square to Xero twice. So when you go and double check, there should have only been one invoice for 300 quid, but two were imported into Xero. So I was able to remove that payment or that receipt from the bank account. I then had to void that duplicate invoice. There was also one charge on a different day that had accidentally been brought through twice that wasn't related to the invoice at all. So again, what Square, the integration does is it creates a supplier bill for the charges, and then it marks it as paid to the Square balance account. So I not only had to get rid of that rogue extra charges payment, I had to go and find the bill it related to and void that as well. That now means that the Square account sits there at the close of play each day at Xero, and then you can go through your main bank account and you can just match all the receipts that have come in from Square against those transfers from the Square balance account. If this is a little bit confusing to you and you want to get it set up and get it right, or if you have done the setup and it's a little bit wrong and you're having trouble shooting it, then that's where my hand-holding sessions come in. I can log in remotely to your Xero with you and help you organise it and get it set up. and help you get it set up for your business if you've got a little bit more of a complicated system. What ended up happening with this client was all the invoices had been brought in actually as no VAT because they'd got their Square settings wrong. So this was able to pick it up. We've changed the settings in the future so that all the invoices will come in VATable as they should. And we were able to use the find and recode option, which is only available to the subscriber or to the admin in Xero, and I was able to edit all those invoices for December that had been brought in incorrectly as no VAT and put the VAT on them correctly. All sorted well before the VAT return is due, so it's all hunky-dory and correct. So a lot of people think with Xero and using these apps that it's so easy, anyone can do it, and you just click the buttons and off it goes. But I've seen so many people that have ended up in a mess because they haven't understood the bookkeeping principles behind what the system is doing. But you just need a little bit of help getting it set up right, and then you'll be absolutely fine doing your bulk of your bookkeeping on your own, keeping your costs down, not needing to use a bookkeeper for that side of your business. And that's what I'm there to help with. So it's Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet. If this video has helped you, please leave me a comment because that's always good to hear. If you need more help and advice, look for my Silicon Bullet YouTube channel. Go to blog.siliconbullet as well to see my written blog. It's a written words more your thing. And also, if you are really new to bookkeeping and looking for basic support or just setting up your own business and not sure what to do, then look for my podcast. It's called Bookkeeping Basics, and it'll just give you some things to think about and help you to decide what you need to do for your bookkeeping. So that's Alison with Daisy here on her daily walk in the national lockdown, but we can still keep working from home. I will speak to you soon. Bye.